July is over, so it is time for our budget report for July 2022. And let me tell you, we went way over, so come see how we deal with it. Hey there, Brittany Flammer here with videos every week on my channel about budgeting and money saving tips for you and your family. I am going to share our actual numbers on what we spent for every category, and I mentioned that we went way over budget, so let me show you how I'm going to deal with that. I like to use a spreadsheet. You can grab mine for a couple dollars in my shop. I'll put a link down below, or use whatever you like to follow along. Starting with income, my husband's a full-time teacher, so he's on salary. His income was a little bit higher than planned. I believe his new pay raise has kicked into effect, so that's why it's higher than we expected. And for the LLC, this is for my business, all the money I make off of Etsy and YouTube and coaching. I made a little bit more than expected. Interest, we have a lot of money. Our emergency fund is an online savings account, and we have a lot of money set aside for vacations, house updates, things like that we're gonna use in the next couple of years, are all earning interest. Normally, I would not account for this in our budget. I just let it accrue, keep it in the accounts, but I'm trying to be super detailed for you guys to see. So this is the amount of interest we earned on all of our online savings accounts. So you can see our total income was $355 more than expected, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and move on to our expenses. I like to do our fixed expenses all together. These are the expenses that are pretty boring and stay pretty consistent. Our tithing was exactly what we expected, 10% on our gross, plus some humanitarian and fast offerings. Mortgage is automatic, exactly as planned. Electricity was a little bit under by a couple dollars. Our natural gas is averaged for 12 months, so it's exactly the same every month. Our water city bill was a little bit less than expected. Life insurance was exactly what was expected. Car insurance was down below. Phone bill exact, internet exact. We went over in gas. Prices have gone up, and we drove around a lot more with kids home for the summer, so we spent more than planned. And our piano is a fixed expense. So you can see our total for all of our fixed expenses is $6.77. That means we had an extra $6.77, which is awesome. Now, moving on to our variable expenses, these are ones I have a lot of control over, and this is where I went way over budget. You can see I budgeted $902, spent $1,200, so I was over by just about $300. Now, when I keep track of these, I do not separate all of the categories, because when I walk into Sam's Club or Walmart, or if I shop at Amazon, I buy stuff from all the different categories, so I don't like to deal with it. I lump it all together and just keep track of it as I subtract it. But we had a super expensive month. We had 2 family reunions. We had a lot of family staying with us. We had friends visit and stay with us. So I stocked up on a lot of basics like toilet paper, paper towels, paper products, plates, utensils, things like that, like deodorant, all of our basic staples I had to stock up on. And I knew that I was gonna go out of budget, but I wanted to have them for everyone. So I knew I was going way over budget, so let's deal with that. Let's first go to our savings, and I'll show you how we deal with our overspending. Our emergency fund, we didn't budget anything, but we actually put $22 in there. That's just the interest that is automatically applied to our account. We just keep it in there. So we're up to $15,161. House maintenance, we budgeted $150, put in $150, but we did spend $778. With our new wood floors, we bought a brand new Dyson vacuum specifically for the wood floors. We bought we needed new rags. I bought a bunch of new towels before everyone came to visit. Things like that, a few tools and supplies for some fixes at our house, but we did spend a lot, so now we're down to $4,200 in that account. Flooring, we didn't budget any, didn't put any or spend any. Vacation, we didn't budget any, put any in, but we did spend $90. I think we went into a state park, and my husband went along with my daughter and I on a youth trip for the young women in our church group, so we had to pay his portion. So we're down to $8,659 there. House update, we budgeted $75, put $75 in, but we spent over $10,000. We've been working on a lot of house stuff. We finished up our deck. We had to buy some new deck railing and some more Trex, and we finished up our deck. We bought a sectional for our living room, which was several $1,000s. We bought a new rug for our living room. We bought an electric fireplace for our master bedroom. We bought a lot of things for our house, so we spent a ton of money. So now we are down to $35,000 in that account. Car expenses, we budgeted $100. We only put $75 in. This is one of those automatic transfers that takes place every month, and I did not adjust it, so we only put $75 in. We spent $88. That was how much it cost to get the oil changed and register our truck. Beauty of having older vehicles is it's cheap, so we have a little over $600 in there now. Christmas budget, 25, put 25 in, didn't spend any, so we're up to 175 for our Christmas. Kids extracurricular, we budgeted 50, but we put 75 in because this was an automatic transfer, and I forgot to go in and adjust it as well. So we did spend 113 on kids extracurricular. I signed up a kid for soccer, one of our kids for volleyball in the fall. So we're down to 317 there. Bike maintenance, put 25 in, didn't spend any. Extra mortgage payment, I budgeted 75, but I put 220 in. This is I put everything I made from my business as well as the interest for those online accounts, because we have 2 separate online accounts. All of the interest I put into our extra mortgage payment, but we get charged a fee if I pay an extra payment. So I'm only gonna do it once or twice a year. So we're saving up. So we now have 506 in that account to add towards our mortgage in a couple months. Roth IRA, this is for my retirement. We put 350 in, and since it's invested, I don't track this. Mutual funds, same thing. We put 150 in, but because investments fluctuate, I'm not tracking it right there. So we can see right here, total money out is $5,236 for the month, which is $79 over. Now we spent $300, if you look here, we spent $300 extra on expenses, but we had some extra income and we were down on our fixed expenses. So I only went over 80. I like to keep a buffer in our checking account so that if we go over, it's not a big deal. However, since I have done it a couple months in a row, I want to keep building up our buffer. So I'm gonna take $80 and I'm gonna transfer $80 from an account. Our vacation is our fun account. So I'm going to transfer $80 from our vacation into our checking account so we keep that buffer. If you want to see our budgeting for the month, check out right up here. I have a playlist showing you our budgets at the beginning and our actual reports at the end. And stay tuned because I have our net worth update coming next. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.